Breaking news all over the place this morning. Morgan Wallen getting hit with felony charges after being a dummy. And now Donald Trump just putting out this video. It's a 4-minute long video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's Donald Trump addressing the issue of abortion. He talks about his support for IVF. I'm not going to play that part of the clip, but he does talk about his support for IVF. He mentions how the Alabama Supreme Court got it wrong. He's glad the legislature is acting. And then he talks about his abortion stance at large. Let's start the clip, which first addresses his support for IVF and then gets into the broader picture. This was just dropped here in the last few minutes by Donald Trump.
And our great Republican Party will always be with you in your quest for the ultimate joy in life. Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights, especially since I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of something that all legal scholars, both sides, wanted and, in fact, demanded be ended. Roe v. Wade. They wanted it ended. It must be remembered that the Democrats are the radical ones on this position because they support abortion up to and even beyond the 9th month. The concept of having an abortion in the later months and even execution after birth, and that's exactly what it is. The baby is born, the baby is executed after birth, is unacceptable, and almost everyone agrees with that. My view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint, the states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land, in this case, the law of the state.
All right, that was Donald Trump here in the last few minutes dropping a video on that issue, on that topic as 24 starts to heat up. And what he's basically doing here is trying to take the issue of abortion off the table. Joe Biden's going to run heavy on it because he's got nothing else to run on. He can't run on his own record. He can't run on anything he's actually done. So he's got to run on two things: abortion and January 6th. That's what he's going to run on. It's going to be a fear-mongering campaign, orange man bad, abort babies till 40 weeks, and, oh, yeah, don't forget about the riot. That's going to be the Joe Biden campaign, like it or not. So what Trump's trying to do here is take this thing totally off the table by saying, I won't sign a national ban. I'm not going to go into the weeks. I'm not going to go out there and talk about weeks. I'm just simply going to let this thing go to the state level. No national legislation. That was part of his message. And that's smart because then Joe Biden can't say, if Trump gets in office, he's going to sign a 16-week, 12-week, 10-week, whatever week we're talking about ban. He's just saying, I'm not going to sign anything. This is now at the states. This is up for you as residents of your individual states to decide what you want in that said state. Here in Kansas, here in Missouri, you will vote on this. You will elect people to your state legislatures who will make decisions on this, but we're not doing anything with it nationally. And that's the right play because that was the whole point of Roe v. Wade, right? You are going to have different laws in New York versus Missouri, and that's how it should be. Now, morally, everyone can view this thing through their own prism, through what they believe morally and through their own theology to be true and what they want to be the case and how they want to handle it. But when it comes to legislation at the national level, Donald Trump is saying, I'm not doing anything with this. And that's the wise political play, but it's also the smart legal play. It's just the right thing to do all around. And most importantly, do what you can to take the issue off the table for your opponent. And that's exactly what happened here for Donald Trump. That's what he did. If you want to compare it to a football game, right? Whatever your opponent's perceived strength is, try to take it off the table. Force the Chiefs to try to run the ball, to use a Chiefs analogy. Don't let Patrick Mahomes beat you. If you know that Joe Biden really has two things that he can work with here for his reelection bid, January 6th and abortion, you can easily take one of those off the table, and that's exactly what Donald Trump is looking to do, and that's what he attempted to do this morning with this video. And it's smart politics, it's good policy, and as Trump has noted before, on top of that, do you really think we're getting to a place where you're going to get a national abortion policy that the House and then 60 U.S. senators are also going to be on board with? I don't think so. I don't see, or even the majority. I don't see that happening. So take it off the table and move on.